What is the place 3 arma? Anticodon loop. Anticodon loop or anticodon arm, not 3 ohm. 3 arm is called acceptor arm. 3' arm is acceptor arm, not anticodon arm. Okay, anticodon loop or anticodon arm has this anticodon sequence. With that anticodon, which is present on D loop, that will combine with this codon on mRNA. Okay, see now an example, a small structure we will see. I told you every time codon or anticodon should be written in 5' to 3' polarity only. Codon or anticodon, whatever it is, we should write them in 5' to 3' polarity. Suppose there is a sequence of nucleotides on this mRNA is AGU. AGU sequence is there. Then what is anticodon sequence? What is anticodon sequence for this AGU? UCA. Yeah. Okay, we'll write UCA. UCA. I mean that cloverleaf model is there, no? That cloverleaf model roughly we are writing. Variable arm, T-CC arm, this is 3' end and this is 5' end. What is amino acid that is carried, I mean that is decoded by AGU? What is amino acid decoded by AGU? Serine amino acid. So here serine will come. Serine. Suppose there is another genetic code on this mRNA which is UCA. Then what will be the anticodon? Write anticodon here now, then we will go. Here UCA. We can write this as UCA, but we should read in ACU direction. I will tell you. Wait. This is one mRNA to this. There is binding of a tRNA molecule like this. What is amino acid coded by UCA? UCA code arginine. Huh? Serine. Really? UCA, not AGU. UCA. UCA. Serine, is it? Wait 1 second. Then AGU. AGU is serine. UCA is also serine. Right. Yeah, correct only. What you are saying is correct. AG also serine. And then I will write one more. UCA. UCA serine will come. UGA stop codon will come. UUA. Suppose here it is UUA. What is decoded by UUA? Leucine. Yes. Here leucine will come. Leucine. Then what will be the sequence of anticodon on tRNA? AAU. In previous class I told you The sequence of nucleotides in codon will be in 5 prime to 3 prime direction. So it is 1, 2, 3 sequence. The sequence of nucleotides on anticodon of tRNA is in reverse. One, two, three. How AAU? UAAU. How UAAU means? How? Like that. Now. Okay? See, I told you how to write codon anticodon. Whether it is codon or anticodon, it should be read in 5 prime to 3 prime polarity. 5 prime to 3 prime polarity. Okay. Suppose if I ask what is anticodon for AGU, what is your answer? When you are writing, you can say anticodon for AGU is UCA. Like that you can write. But for reading, you have to say ACU. That's why, to avoid that confusion, we can use 5 prime, 3 prime, here 3 prime, 5 prime. Then there is no confusion. So usually reading this codon and anticodon is confusing because codon or anticodon, everything, anything that should be read in 5 prime to 3 prime polarity only. As the 5 prime 3 prime polarity is there, if we need to write anticodon for this, usually we will say UCA, like that we can say. But it should be read in 5 prime to 3 prime direction. So to avoid that confusion, we can use the 5 prime 3 prime ends. If we use the 5 prime 3 prime ends, there will be no confusion. If we don't mention 5 prime 3 prime ends, then for reading it will be confusing because the sequence of nucleotide should be started from 5 prime end of the codon and end with 3 prime end. See here, this is the 5 prime 3 prime polarity of the mRNA. As this mRNA in 5 prime 3 prime, tRNA will be reversely binding. 5 prime this side, 3 prime this side. That is correct. Don't write amino acid that side. You should write amino acid left side only because 3 prime end should be complementary to the 5 prime end of mRNA. This is very important. As the 5 prime end is this side, tRNA will be bound in reverse direction. As it is bound with reverse direction, we should write the nucleotide sequence on anticodon in reverse sequence, ACU. But so we need to write 5 prime to 3 prime now. So as it is, we are writing 3 prime, 5 prime to 3 prime. If we write like this, again we get confused. Here AGU is there now. How ACU? Like that we may get confused. So that we can use this 3 prime and 5 prime ends before a codon or anticodon, whatever it is. Because codon or anticodon should be read in 5 prime to 3 prime direction only. Because numbering of nucleotide we always give from 5 prime end only. For proteins, numbering of amino acids always given in N terminal to C terminal direction. For nucleic acids, numbering of nucleotides is always given from 5 prime end to 3 prime end. That is very important. Okay, just note down this. An example of this also given in NCERT. Same, this structure with 2 amino acids are given. Complete? This is enough. Notes also not needed. Give some examples, huh? This is example. This is enough, Ram. Whatever it is. Suppose AUG is there. Anticodon will be what? CAU in 5 prime, 3 prime. Suppose GUA is there in 5 prime to 3 prime. Then the sequence will be UAC in 5 prime to 3 prime. Here UAC. In this direction it is UAC. If we are reading in this direction, then 5 prime to 3 prime will be same. Why? Because see this example. Here UAC is there in 5 prime to 3 prime. If 5 prime to 3 prime UAC anticodon is there, then its codon will be GUA. This will be coding for one amino acid. Yes or no? If UAC is written in this direction, the genetic code is entirely different. See here it is GUA, here AUG became. AUG will code for another amino acid. That is the confusion. To avoid that confusion only we should do. And here amino acid is bringing this. What? Amino acids are brought by tRNA. Here a particular tRNA binds with amino acid. A particular amino acid only binds with tRNA. Not every amino acid can bind with this amino acid or tRNA. Not all amino acids combine with a tRNA molecule. The binding of amino acid with tRNA is depending on the codon anticodon. That means AGU is coding for serine means then this anticodon 5 prime 3 prime ACU sequence will be there na. That tRNA with this anticodon only combines with serine. Understand? Understand? Yes. Suppose UUA is there. We are repeating. UUA is there. UUA is coding for leucine. This genetic code is highly specific. We mentioned in previous class. Highly specific means under any condition one codon will code for one amino acid. Yes or no? That is highly specific. As it is highly specific, UUA is coding for leucine. Yes. For a transfer of leucine, there is one amino acid. 20 amino acids, 20 different tRNAs. For a transfer of leucine, there is one tRNA, and the codon which is coding for leucine is UUA. That means a particular tRNA only combines with leucine and transfers leucine to ribosomes. Right? Which tRNA is bringing this leucine here? A tRNA molecule is bringing leucine means that tRNA should combine with this UUA. Right? So UUA is there on mRNA means it is binding with anticodon means that anticodon will be AAU in 3 prime to 5 prime direction. UUA, AAU. So that tRNA which has AAU, that only binds with UUA. Right? As this is only binding with UUA, this only brings leucine which is for UUA. Understand? Varun Kumar? Done. One more guy said, repeat sir, who is that? Lingesha? Ramakrishna, Rama, Krishna, Govinda, understand? Yes. Right. Okay, write that point. Anticodon for AAU brings leucine for codon UUA. Yes. If anticodon is AAU, that is coding for leucine, that brings leucine. Yes. Write that point. The specific binding of amino acid, specific binding of amino acid with tRNA is based on anticodon sequence in tRNA. Anticodon sequence in tRNA. Okay. The specificity of binding of amino acid with tRNA. The specificity of binding of amino acid with tRNA is depending on anticodon sequence in tRNA. Right. Then see next, structure of ribosomes. What are ribosomes? Ribosomes are called as protein factories. Where they are present? They are present majorly on endoplasmic reticulum. They are present in mitochondria, chloroplast also, but majorly they are present on endoplasmic reticulum, especially on surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum. There is presence of ribosomes. These ribosomes, these are nuclear proteins in nature. Nuclear proteins in nature. That nuclear proteins are made up of RNA, especially a type of RNA called ribosomal RNA, and some proteins. So some types of ribosomal RNAs or proteins are bound to give ribosomes, which are nuclear protein in nature. These are nuclear proteins. Okay, ribosomes act as a catalyst. Yes, ribosomes also have dual role. Ribosomes involve in two functions. I will tell you. Okay, these ribosomes are protein synthesizing machineries, and these ribosomes have these RNAs and these proteins, and usually these ribosomes involve in two reactions. What are the functions of ribosomes? See now, ribosomes have proteins plus RNA. So the RNA or ribosomal RNA, what is present in this? These ribosomes provide structure. Structure means where protein synthesis is taking place, where translation mechanism is taking place, where translation takes place. For the translation, it provides a place or structure, and it provides catalysts also. It provides catalyst. Catalyst means translation enzymes. Enzymes which are involving in translation are provided by the proteins which are present in ribosomes. See, ribosomes are made up of different RNA molecules and different protein molecules. As they are made up of different RNAs and different proteins, the RNA is responsible for holding of the protein synthesizing machinery. Protein synthesizing machinery or translation unit is held by rRNA. And proteins which are present in ribosomes, among that proteins, there are different proteins. Among that proteins, there are many enzymes which are involving in translation process. Okay. See that you already know that ribosomes are two types. These ribosomes are two types. Based on which phenomenon or which criteria ribosomes are divided into two units? Two types. Anyone? First of all, what are the types of ribosomes? Ritika G7 joined now. Ritika G7, welcome back. Yeah, sedimentation rate. Right, catalyst means enzyme. Yeah, 70 years, 80 years, correct only. Catalyst. Catalyst means enzyme. The proteins which are present in ribosomes act as enzymes because all enzymes are proteins. There are two types of ribosomes, 70S and 80S, based on sedimentation rates. Based on sedimentation rates of ribosomes, these ribosomes are divided into 70S and this, yeah, Swedberg units. Here S is Swedberg units. Okay, here 70S ribosome is called prokaryote ribosome and 80S ribosome is called eukaryote ribosome. But if you see cells, prokaryote cells have 70S ribosome only. But if you see eukaryote cell, there is the presence of 70S ribosome and 80S ribosome both. In prokaryote cell, there is only 70S ribosome. But in eukaryote cell, there is presence of both 70S and 80S ribosome. Ribosomes, both are present. How 70S and 80S ribosomes are present in eukaryote cells? Why people are joining, leaving? Wait 1 second. I know what to do. Yeah, mitochondria. Good. You leave now and join. Try now. Simply leaving, joining with different names. Yeah. In prokaryotes, there is only one type of ribosome. Actually, ribosomes are what? Ribosomes are amembranous organelles. Do ribosomes have membrane? No. There is no membrane in ribosome. What is Swedberg? I will tell. Okay, this one, there is no membrane. Okay. So in prokaryotes, only 70S ribosome is there. That is, eukaryotes have 70S and 80S ribosome. That means in prokaryotes, especially where they are present, usually they are present in mitochondria, RER like that. But in prokaryotes, is there endoplasmic reticulum or mitochondria or chloroplast in prokaryotes? Do prokaryotes have endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria and chloroplast? No. Because these are membrane-bound organelles. These are membrane-bound organelles, but prokaryotes are membrane-less organelles. So they do not have these ones. So the 70S ribosomes are present in the cytoplasm or cytosol inside a prokaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, 70S ribosomes are directly present in the cytoplasm or cytosol. Okay, because that is also non-membrane bound. But coming to eukaryotic cells have 70S ribosomes on endoplasmic reticulum. Cytoplasmic ribosomes are 70S. Sadhana Sri joined. 70s ribosomes are present in mitochondria and chloroplast. 80s ribosome is present in cytoplasm or that's endoplasmic reticulum. Like that, these eukaryotic cells have both ribosomes. 70s and 80s ribosomes both are present in eukaryotic cells, but prokaryotic cells have only 70s ribosome. Okay, see that structure. What is S? S is Svedberg unit, which is sedimentation rate. Sedimentation rate. They are, this ribosomes are separated by density gradient centrifugation. When they are separated by centrifugation, that centrifugation is nothing but sedimentation. So in centrifugation, they have separate rate of sedimentation. That sedimentation rate is measured in Svedberg units. Svedberg units are units of sedimentation rate. Jay Sarna, welcome back. Don't leave the meeting in middle. Okay. See, prokaryotic ribosome. This prokaryotic ribosome is called 70s ribosome. This 70s ribosome is again made up of two subunits. Okay, this already we discussed in 11th standard. We are repeating now again. This 70s ribosome has 50s larger subunits and 30s smaller subunits. This 50s larger subunit is there na, and 30s smaller subunit. 50s larger subunit is again made up of different units. See what are present here. 50s larger subunit is there. That 50s larger subunit has two types of RNA molecules which are 23S rRNA and 5S rRNA. 5S rRNA plus there is around 32 proteins. 32 proteins are present in 50S subunit. Coming to this 30S subunit, 30S subunit is made up of 21 proteins, 21 proteins and 16S ribosomal RNA molecule. 16S ribosomal RNA molecule. Okay. Coming to eukaryotic ribosome, which is 70S ribosome. Eukaryotic ribosome. This eukaryotic ribosome, which is larger in size than prokaryotic. This is again divided into two. What are the two subunits present in eukaryotes? Anyone? Here 50S, 30S are present. Here, yeah, 60S and 40S are present. 60S is larger subunit, 40S is smaller subunit. 60S larger subunit is made up of 3 different types of RNAs and 50 different proteins. It is made up of 50 different proteins and 3 different RNA molecules, which are 5S rRNA, 5.8S rRNA and 28S rRNA. Coming to this 40S subunit, 40S subunit is made up of 30 different proteins, 30 different proteins plus 1 18S rRNA molecule. Here S means sedimentation rate only upon centrifugation. When they are separated, the rate of sedimentation is only given here. Okay, see now, larger subunit of 70S ribosome is 50S subunit, that is made up of 32 proteins plus 23S rRNA and 5S rRNA. And smaller subunit of this prokaryotic ribosome is 30S subunit, that is made up of 21 proteins and 16S rRNA molecule. Eukaryotic ribosome, which is 80S ribosome, that is made up of 2 subunits, 60S or 40S. 60S subunit is made up of 50 different proteins and 3 types of RNA molecules like 5S, 5.8S and 28S. And the smaller subunit of eukaryotic 80S ribosome is made up of what? 30 different proteins and 18S rRNA. This is 80S ribosome. Okay. So these are structures of ribosomes. Doubts? What is doubts? 23S rRNA in bacteria is the enzyme ribozyme. Yes, yes, Ra. Sir, in 70S, what is the full form of S ribosome? That is, I told you. Okay. S means Swedberg unit sedimentation rate. Sir, 50 plus 30 is equal to 80, sir. Yeah. What an answer. What a doubt, man. 50 plus 30 is 80, sir. 60 plus 40 means 100, sir. See, this is 50S, this is 30S. When the combined 70S is coming, why? Anyone? What a doubt you got. This already complete in 11th standard itself. I am repeating. Why? What is the difference here? Did not know. Don't know. Sedimentation unit. Yes. See here. This larger subunit is Kavimala. Good Kavimala. Should be good. Yes. This 50S, 30S. Larger subunit has a 50S sedimentation rate. Smaller subunit has a 30S sedimentation rate. They are different. When they are separated and centrifuged, this is sedimentation rates of larger and smaller subunits. But when they combined together, complete ribosome will be there. That has 70 Swedberg units of sedimentation rate. That's why it is called as 70S ribosome. Clear? Did not know, sir. Do you know now? Why? Understand? No answer. Sama. What was Sama? Who is this? Nikita joined now. Who is Nikita? How did they do these kind of questions? Yeah, questions are possible. How did they do this kind of experiments? They can do because they have different levels of thinking. If we are getting more doubts, then we will become a scientist. Okay. If you are getting doubts, then only we can we can take some initiation steps for some experiments. Yes, like Huck. All are saying Huck sir, yes, Ra. But we are missing Huck in class. Okay, this is about structure of ribosomes and different units of ribosome. How ribosomes are there, that we complete. How there are what is genetic code, that is complete. Mutations in genetic code also complete. Then structure of tRNA, activation of amino acid. Then what we complete? Structure of ribosomes also complete. WPT portion completed. We'll see. From these questions, from these portions, is it, if I am able to make 30 questions, then I will say okay. I will say okay. Okay. can we start a translation mechanism? Right. Complete? Copied? Yeah. Only one person is responding. Remaining students, why no response? In physics class means there will be huge response. Good. Before starting molecular basis of inheritance, you thought it is very difficult chapter. Yes or no? How are you feeling now? What is your feeling on molecular basis of inheritance? Fine. Still difficult, huh? Yeah, difficult only, but interesting. Yeah, it is very interesting. Difficult, but it is very interesting chapter. Total chapter is interesting. Okay. See the mechanism of transcription. I will complete initiation today. Yeah, you make it easy, sir. That is my promise. I promised you. I promised you. I will make molecular biology easy for you. I promised you. Okay, after completion of this translation, then you can say that. Translation or protein synthesis. What is the translation or protein synthesis? Synthesis or formation of proteins based on mRNA. Based on the RNA, there is synthesis of a protein. The synthesis of proteins based on the RNA molecule is called as this one. What? mRNA. This is what the translation or protein synthesis, which is a step of gene expression. Protein synthesis is a step of gene expression. Okay? Right. Here, where it is taking place, protein synthesis or translation takes place in where? Where? Ribosomes. It takes place in ribosomes. Okay. Here, 3 types of RNAs involved. 3 types of RNAs involved in protein synthesis. If we see the difference of protein synthesis in prokaryotes and eukaryotes, in previous class, I told you one point. In prokaryotes, protein synthesis will start before the end of RNA synthesis. See here, in prokaryotes, what is taking place in prokaryotes? Here, in prokaryotes, there is no separation or there is no 2 different compartments in cell. Prokaryotic cells do not have 2 compartments. What are the 2 compartments? Cytosol, nucleus. As the nucleus is absent, nuclear membrane is absent, there is presence of nucleoid. So as the nucleoid is there, here RNA is synthesizing here. An RNA molecule is synthesizing here. This RNA molecule is synthesizing in 5' to 3' direction. As RNA molecule is synthesizing, see what is the direction of RNA synthesis in prokaryotes? Synthesis of RNA in prokaryotes is 5' to 3'. That means 3' to 5' template will act. 5 prime, 3 prime to 5 prime DNA will act as a template. Based on that, there is synthesis of new RNA in 5 prime to 3 prime direction. Okay. Synthesis of RNA is taking place in 5 prime to 3 prime direction in daughter strand. That is taking place, and here there is synthesis of RNA molecule, and this translation takes place in 5 prime to 3 prime on mRNA, because mRNA has genetic code. Genetic codes are present on mRNA. So that genetic codes which are present on mRNA in 5 prime to 3 prime direction, there is synthesis. In prokaryotes, there is no separation of cytosol and nucleus. There is no two different compartments. Two different compartments are not present. Previous WPT question it is. As there is no two separate compartments, RNA synthesis is taking place from transcription unit, and this RNA chain will be elongated one side. Before ending of this, ribosomes will combine this, and there is synthesis of a protein. This is what? DNA. This is what? RNA. What is this one? This is RNA polymerase enzyme. This is ribosome. This is protein. In prokaryotes, protein synthesis takes place before the end of the RNA synthesis, because there is no compartmentalization between ribosomes and transcription synthesis. Transcription is taking place in cytosol. Same ribosomes are also present in cytosol. Amino acids, right? Previous class I told you, all inactive amino acids are present in cytosol. That is called as amino acid pool. Previous topic I told you, today only. All inactive amino acids are present in the cytosol. That all inactive amino acids which are present in the cytosol are called as amino acid pool. Okay? That amino acid pool is there. From where amino acids are coming means we are taking some protein diet. From that amino acid will come essential amino acids. Non-essential amino acids can be synthesized in metabolism in our body. So in our body metabolism there is a formation of non-essential amino acids like that. So like that, amino acids which are present in cytosol, they will be taken by ribosomes, because ribosomes are present in cytosol. This RNA polymerase and transcription is also taking place in ribosome. So both are interrelated, simultaneous processes, coupled processes we can say. So in prokaryotes, before the end of the transcription, translation will begin. But in eukaryotes, there is a definite membrane, double membrane is present. Okay. As the double membrane is present, I will explain. As the double membrane is present around the nucleus, that double membrane or nuclear membrane is separating cytoplasm and nucleus. Nucleus and cytoplasm are separated by the nuclear membrane. So that inside the nucleus a transcription is taking place. Where? In eukaryotes. Translation is taking place outside the nucleus. Transcription is inside the nucleus, where DNA is present, chromosomes are present. Translation outside the nucleus. So what happens in eukaryotes? In eukaryotes, RNA will form first. hnRNA or primary transcript. That hnRNA undergoes post-transcriptional modification. Then RNA will be matured. That matured RNA will be transported to ribosomes. Once it is transported to ribosomes, then protein synthesis is taking place. So protein synthesis is taking place after the completion of transcription in eukaryotes. But in prokaryotes, it is simultaneous process or coupled process. Before the end of the transcription, translation will begin. Is protein generated from RNA? Why we need proteins in our diet? What a doubt. Proteins are made from RNA only. In our body also there is a formation of proteins, right? For that formation of proteins we need amino acids, na? Yes or no? In our body there are around 30,000 genes in our body. 30,000 genes will produce 30,000 different proteins. In this chapter only, last topic I will tell you, human genome. Okay, different proteins are forming in our body. For the formation of different proteins, we need amino acids, right? Okay, as amino acids are needed, we need to take protein diet. Protein diet we need to take to provide amino acids. Gym members are, what is doubt? Ulaga only va? Ulaga. Gym members, they eat protein powder. How that protein formed? Protein powder is taken means that protein powder will be more digestible than normal protein. Protein powder they take means they will take more amino acids into body. That amino acids will be taken for the production of more protein. If we take more protein diets, more amino acids will be available to our body. If more amino acids are available to our body, in our body, our proteins will be formed more. We are taking protein diets. That proteins have different amino acid sequence. Yes or no? The proteins which we are taking in diet, they have different sequences. That proteins are not functioning in our body. Suppose if we take a plant, plants have Rubisco enzyme. What is the function of Rubisco enzyme? That is taking place in photosynthesis. We are taking green leaves means that Rubisco enzyme protein will also enter our body. But in our body photosynthesis is not possible. So what will happen? That Rubisco enzyme protein will be degraded. Upon breakdown, all amino acids will be released. That amino acids will be absorbed into our blood. That will be carried to all parts of the body. So that amino acids which are carried, which are taken from the diet, they are used for the synthesis of our body proteins. Our body proteins have different structure than plant body or what we are eating, meat, chicken, fish or egg proteins are there now. That proteins are entirely different from human protein. So the amino acids which are required to our human proteins, we are taking from the diet. Diet may be animal source or plant source. That amino acids will enter our body. They will be providing amino acids for protein synthesis. That proteins will be useful. Hey, you only ask a doubt. I am explaining your doubts. You are asking again for break. Okay? Right. Enough for now. We will continue in tomorrow class. Take break now.